Today I'm going to be talking about a hiatal hernia, sometimes called a hiatus hernia. Now, if you don't know my story, I had fatty liver disease, GERD, Barrett's esophagus, gastritis, a cyst on my brain, a cyst on my liver, hypertension, prediabetes, candida, had all these issues going on, gastritis, and I was able to heal naturally once I started eating all natural whole foods plus changing my lifestyle. Now, the only thing that I couldn't shake up to this point is the hiatal hernia. So I started doing some research, and I'm going to tell you exactly what that is. See, you have a weakness in your abdominal muscle or your connective tissue, and that allows an internal part of the body to push its way outside, and that's what causes a hernia. Now, a hiatal hernia is when you have a weakness in your diaphragm, a lot of times due to reflux, but there's other things that can cause it. If you got chronic coughing, if you do a lot of strenuous weightlifting and stuff like that and you use the wrong technique, it can give you a hiatal hernia. Now, the diaphragm is a large flat muscle that's kind of like this shape right here around your rib cage, and it separates your lungs from your diaphragm. Now, there's two different types of hiatal hernias. One's more common than the other. The one that you probably have, along with me, was due to reflux issues, and this is called a sliding hiatal hernia. Most of the time it's small, but it can get bigger, and all that is there's a weakness in the diaphragm, and the bottom part of your stomach slides up and down. This can go up and down. Sometimes you have pain, sometimes you don't, but it can slide along with the lower esophageal sphincter, connecting your esophagus and your stomach, and it can slide. Like if this is the line right here, it goes, here's the weakness, it slides up this gap and back down this gap. The most common symptom of that is acid reflux. Now, the one that's not as common, it's a rolling hernia. And what that is instead of it sliding through this part of the diaphragm right here and going up, this is when it's weakened even worse. And instead of going up into the esophagus, it forms a bulge beside the esophagus. Now, your diaphragm is normally going to weaken once you start getting older, and you know, this is what made me think, I'm only 34 when all these things are happening. Most of the time people start getting these things in their 50s. But it is a muscle, you can strengthen it, and if you stay to the end of the video, I want to show you myself doing the exercises that I'm going to talk about. Now, another thing that can really contribute to being a hiatal hernia is having too much visceral fat. Now, if you don't know what visceral fat is, I have another video and some exercises that burn this. See, there's only one certain type of workout that really goes after this visceral fat. I'll tag a video somewhere up here, and if you're watching on the TV, I'll put it down in the description box. But being overweight is a big contributor to these hiatal hernias, because what visceral fat is it's the fat that is underneath your abdominal muscles. It's surrounding your organs, and the more you gain weight, the more it's putting pressure on them organs, pushes the stomach up, which can cause the hernia to go up through the weakened diaphragm and cause a hernia. And the more weight you got, the bigger it probably is. I think a big contributor to mine is I was lifting too much heavy weight in the wrong position. So there's certain positions that you need to do to really train the muscle that you're trying to train, but also protect yourself from causing a hiatal hernia. Now, this is just something that can happen that can contribute to a rolling hernia, and that is if you've had an operation on your abdominal area. Now, this increases your risk for a rolling hernia. But again, don't worry about this, because you can strengthen the muscle. It's a muscle. The same way that you strengthen your arms, your legs, your chest, you can strengthen the diaphragm. Now, here's some ways that you could treat a hiatal hernia at home. Now, one of the things that you could do is you can drink 2 glasses of warm water whenever you first wake up in the morning. There's a reason why you need it warm, or at least room temperature. Now, this is going to fill your stomach up, and it's going to act as a weight. See, the stomach is above the diaphragm if you have a hiatal hernia, and what you can do is you could drink those glasses of water down. The warm water is going to loosen up your abdominal muscles and your diaphragm, and you just stand up on your tippy toes, and then you slam yourself down on your heels, and that's going to, through gravity, it's going to push the stomach down, in theory. That's what, I'm still trying these things. I have another scope that's supposed to be done in September, so we'll see if this actually worked or not. So This is just in theory what I'm saying, but it makes sense, and I've heard of people actually pushing this down, strengthening the diaphragm, and getting better and removing the hiatal hernia and not having any reflux symptoms. So I'm hopeful. If you're interested in seeing my results, you can hit that subscribe button, turn on that notification bell. That way you're notified every single time I upload a video. I'd appreciate it. And please hit that like button so that I get pushed out into the algorithm. It's my goal this year to help thousands of people be encouraged that these things can get better with natural remedies as long as you change your diet and lifestyle. Now, another thing that you could do later on in the evening is you could take your hands, you could put it in the center of your chest, and then you could go all the way down until you reach your rib cage. You're going to feel a piece of cartilage there, and this is called the xiphoid process. You don't want to push directly down on that. You want to go just to the left of that. That's where your stomach's at. And you want to push in with as much pressure as you can handle, and then do clockwise rotations on that. And then just do that for a little while, 1 to 2 minutes, and then take a break. And then, rest a little bit, and then repeat that process again. And then if you need to, you can stretch your shoulders back if you're not getting a good push on there. And then you can push in like that, and you will feel that. And you would just massage clockwise again. Then another exercise that you could do, lean your shoulders back as far as you can, and then lean forward. Put both your hands like this underneath your rib cage. Your diaphragm goes all the way across here to separate your lungs from your abdominal area. So put your fingers right underneath your rib cage and start massaging that back and forth, left and right, for a minute or so, and then move on to the other side. Do the same thing. Do this twice. I'm just telling you what I do. Is this what everybody does? Probably not, but this is what I have been trying myself. Now let's say that you got the stomach back down where it's supposed to be. What's the next part? We want to try to strengthen the muscle. That way it closes up and gets tight around the food tube. That way the stomach cannot go back up to where it's not supposed to be. So we need to strengthen the muscle, and the best way to do that is through breathing exercises. Put one hand on your upper chest and the other part right below your rib cage. Now, this hand here is not supposed to move. You want to just feel your hand right below the rib cage going in and out, and you want to breathe through your nose. Now, this is not only going to strengthen your diaphragm, this has also got a bunch of different health benefits for it. It's going to increase your oxygen absorption, which is huge. Now, if you're anything like me, my nose gets blocked a lot in the wintertime, so I've got to use a nasal spray. I'll put a link in the description under health and wellness for ones that I use. So you just want to stand up tall. You can lay down doing this. You could be sitting down, but the best is to be laying down. But for this demonstration in the chair, I'm going to show you the way you do it crouched down, and then I'll show you also on the side here somewhere what it looks like when you're standing up. You're breathing through your nose, very deep breath, and then just hold it for a second and then slowly release it out. Do that for a set of 3, and that really helps. I love doing it during the springtime whenever it's starting to get warm outside. I like standing outside on the grass with bare feet. I think it's a big game changer, and I've seen a lot of benefits from doing this. Now, I'm a believer in Christ, as you can see. I'm not somebody that's new age and saying, go hug trees and stuff like that. I'm just saying this stuff actually does work, so just give it a shot. Keep in mind, all healing comes from Him. He's given us all the stuff that we need. We just need to start practicing it. Now, believe it or not, sprinting. I think sprinting is one of the best ways. Now, this is good for many reasons. It's going to burn the visceral fat, but it's going to cause you to breathe very heavy. So at the end of a big burst of sprinting or whatever, I do a 40-yard dash usually, and at the end of that, you're breathing extremely hard. And that really, if you're breathing through your nose and then back out, that's going to help strengthen that diaphragm. Now, this is also going to help calm that central nervous system. So I had health anxiety very bad during this stage. I mean, I used to look like this, and now I look like this. And I'm telling you, before that transformation, I had health anxiety so bad I always thought that I was dying. And I'm not making that up just to, give a sob story in the video. I literally felt like I was dying all the time. I have a stack of doctor bills that I'm still paying on 2 years later after I've healed. So breathing was a game changer. Just a deep breath outside in the sunshine, getting that morning, you know, sunshine in, that increases your absorption of the vitamin D that you get naturally from the sun. So that's it for this one. If you stayed this far in the video, please say I stayed to the end. That's going to encourage me to make more of these videos because I know that it's helping people. Please hit that like button, subscribe, turn on that notification bell so that you are notified every single time that I upload a video, because it's my goal this year to help encourage people like yourself. Now, if you want to join a community of people who are like-minded for free, I don't ask for a dime. I'm not trying to sucker anybody into anything at all. You can go to the link that is in my profile on YouTube and you will be able to join my group for free. It's a school community. People's already getting better in there. And again, it's totally free. And I have a course in there that is absolutely free. I'm going to put all the things that I recommend under health and wellness in the link in the description. And doing these things right here, I was able to get better. I was seeing all kinds of doctors, cardiologists, gastroenterologists, my family doctor. And I was finally able to go to my family doctor one day after I started eating the right food. I started practicing a lifestyle of health and wellness. I started to heal, and now I only have to see him for routine maintenance checkups. I haven't been to the gastro doctor in going on 3 years now. So like I said, in September, I will go back and I'll get another report. So if you got GERD, fatty liver, anything like that, share this with someone and let me know if this encouraged you in any way. It can get better. So I also have a 52-week progress update that I do every 7th day. I started on January 1st of this year, and I have lost weight every single week. So if you want to see that, then, you know, everything I always talk about on here, on TikTok, on Instagram, on Facebook, you can watch me practice what I preach, because I want to be somebody that's viewed as someone who puts into action what they talk about. I don't ever want to recommend anybody trying anything that I haven't tried myself. So you could see these things working inside of my own body, and then you can get started if you want to. So if that interests you, please go check out that 52-week progress, and I will see you in the next video.